Hey everyone, this is P4L. In today's P4 review, we'll be doing another preview from TFcon Chicago 2016. This is DX9's Hanzo, their version of a masterpiece scaled six-shot, as you can tell. And this guy is really big. He just went up for pre-order as well at a couple places. So the price point, from what I can tell from pre-orders, is around $150. He's really quite big. His robot mode, I think, is easily the most stunning of the 6 or I guess 7 7 modes that he has. And yeah, so this preview we're going to only look at each of the modes. I'm not going to go through transformation one because it takes a really long time to go through six different modes or 7 different modes. I haven't even tried the 7th mode yet, as well as the fact that I don't have instructions. This is a real first time we've seen it, and I'm sure I'll get something or other wrong at some point. So just gonna do quick reviews of each mode really quickly, and then yeah, finish off. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with robot mode. Easily the most stunning mode. Looks really accurate. A little more subtle in terms of the overall details than say Hexatron, which had very stylized and a lot of ridges and so forth. This one's a lot more plain, a lot more anime accurate, I would say. Obviously, doing a quick 360. He does feature some extra parts like these nice rubber wheels that rotate, these extra faux wheels. So these aren't real, but they're more for decorations. Inside of these, he even has some throwing stars. Come on. There we go. Like that. That uses a small peg joint and is molded in place so you can plug that in. Kind of goes bye-bye in hiding mode, stealth mode. You can come around the back. Pretty clean overall on the back. A little bit of openness on the back of the calves, but otherwise really quite nice. The profile is really nice as well. I'm not really sure about the shins here. I haven't watched Headmasters in quite a while, so I don't know how accurate these shins are. But overall, he looks like a really nice 6-shot in robot mode. So good job, DX9, for that. He does have, let's zoom in a bit, does have a ball jointed head and really nice face sculpt, nice red eyes. He kind of has a more organic looking face mask that kind of follows the face and mouth. It can go all the way around. He does have these wing pieces which are on double hinges for various uses. His shoulders are on this really interesting set of ratchets and hinges. They're partly needed for transformation, but it also allows you, let me move this out of the way, it also allows you to have a great range of motion, get some closeness to the shoulders into the main body, or you can bring it out a bit as well. So you're going to have a lot more dynamic range, I think, in the shoulders than you would expect from a figure this big. Nice ratchets going around. Come up this far, which is quite nice. Probably a little bit further if you bring it out. Here's your little shoulder pieces. Rotate around as well. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, which give him a really nice elbow bend, more than you would ever need. His hands are a little Mitronish. They are pretty flat. He does have a little bit more curve on the thumb. It's on a swivel. Each individual finger is articulated and has 3 pins. So you got 2 sections of articulation. His thumb is on a ball joint that can swivel around. He has a little tab in his palm that corresponds to the handle for the gun. There is no handle. Well, let's look at the gun first. Really nicely chromed. Like, this feels really solid. It kind of reminds me of like the Gigapower chrome, and it feels like you're not gonna be able to scratch this or chip this at all. Nice molded details. Again, the tab slot for the hand. The sword also really nicely chromed. It does have some pieces right on this sample that are the sprue marks, but I'm sure that'll get cleaned up. A couple holes here, as well as holes on the side here that allow you to attach to his hip skirt for storage. Really cool handle detail. It's ridged, but it's only ridged like 3/4 of the way, and the back is actually smooth. So let's get those out of the way. Waist. So he does have a friction waist swivel that can go all the way around. You'll need that for transformation. He does have various hip skirts and ports on the side here. This goes up. This goes up. Nice ratchets. Almost 90 degrees. Pretty much 90 degrees. Well, maybe like 80 degrees. Pretty much 85. I don't know. I'm getting really specific for no reason. He does have a thigh swivel, knee bend, and I think he might actually have two. No, he just has this one knee bend. Yeah. Be careful here because there is some clearances. You can kind of fold this back as well to give you a little bit more articulation. Really deep knee bend though. His ankles are on a pivot. You can rotate around. You can go down like this, which kind of breaks up the look, but it can go up forward a bit as well. And he actually has a bunch of this. Ends up being his wolf mode hind legs. So you can pull this out to get more dynamic poses if you want the toe joint. This heel, I'm not actually sure if this heel needs to be out for robot mode, but it gives him definitely a lot of extra stability. You can fold that up into the foot as well. For a figure this big, it's really nice that you have the option for additional stability if you need it. So yeah, really nice robot mode, I would say. We're going to go ahead and look at these little wingy things, nice and ratchet as well. It's on a set of double hinges that can go in or out as well. I'm not sure if these, I'm not sure what these pegs are for. Oh, I'm stupid. You can use these for the guns on the wings. Alright, so I think that's it for robot mode at least. I'm going to try to transform these guys this guy into the various modes and just take a quick look at each of them. Alright, here we are, and what I think is the laser pistol mode, or I guess submarine mode. In any case, this is kind of how it goes. I did want to show you that you can go ahead and fold up the handle to reveal a peg, or at least hide the handle, and you can use the port on the side of the gun to even improve this gun mode or laser pistol mode even more. One thing to note, I can't get these out. There's no tabs and they're really tight. Even with my trusty spudger, I couldn't get these out to show you, but there should be another two of these gun barrels pointing out to the front. And I think this is pretty accurate to what I saw in the pictures. It's pretty much robot mode with the head hidden, the arms folded up, and the wings folded like that. So yeah, it's a 6 changer or 7 changer, so you gotta expect some modes not to be that strong. I don't know if there are any places to port the swords in this mode aside from on the hip skirts again. I didn't really see any that made sense for this mode, but again, I'm not sure, so don't take my word for it just yet. So let's get into another mode. Alright, so this next mode is, I guess I don't really know what this is called, like kind of military vehicle. Again, these guns, I can't get them out, unfortunately. You can put in these other guns here to the side and they can articulate. He has the wings here. He has some fold-out treads, which is nice. I like how you can rotate this around and give him kind of almost like a hovercraft feel on the front. Yeah, the wings can fold out if you wanted to have some kind of weird flying jet mode like this. And they actually did some good stuff with some tabbing here on the hip skirts. I didn't notice it, but there's actually a pin that you bend into place and tabs into arms to secure all this. Very similar to, I think, Hexatron's alt mode for this. It basically is the legs folded up over the body. But they have some cool stuff going on with the transformations of these two treads and how they hide in the arms and shoulders. Once again, I'm not really sure what you can do with these aside from plugging them into the legs, but then you lose the guns. But you can have a stabby tank instead of a pew-pew tank if you want. The more I look at this mode, the more I like it. At first I didn't like it, but that's actually because I didn't realize this tabbing and it was kind of loose on the back. But after realizing that the hip skirt does that, it's very cool. You can also flip this up to hide some of the abs, but then you get the hip ball joints. Not really sure. We didn't get much of much in the way of underside shots. I think this is pretty close to correct. All right, let's get into the next mode. Here we have jet mode or spaceship mode. I think this is pretty right. A couple of things. I thought, and I think this is supposed to be the case, that I believe these are supposed to be able to plug in here, but they're really, really tight. So I'm not going to force it, but I think it's just, again, tolerance issues for a production sample. So I just put them up here. I actually did find some places where this actually works. The swords work in this mode. It's got some wheels on the top, which is kind of a bummer. But I think, yeah, you can actually move them to the side if I'm not mistaken. Untab it if you want to do something like that. But that looks even goofier to me. And based on the official photos, it should go like so. Just take these off so you can just get an idea of a little bit how it looks a little bit cleaner. Underside. Oops, sorry. This should be pegged in a little bit more. See his hind legs are kind of hanging out here, but they actually tab in to the inside, the underside of the wings, which is really clever to have tabs there. The wings you can kind of articulate however you want, kind of out like this, or not wings, the vertical stabilizers. A little cockpit right there. This is probably like my third favorite mode. I'm kind of going almost from least favorite to most favorite at this point. So let's go ahead and get him into his, I think this is final mode, his wolf mode. I'm not going to do the 7th mode because, yeah, we're not doing that. Here we are in Hanzo's kind of, I guess, ATV mode, or I'm not really sure. Threw these guns on here, but you can probably move them around a bit. I actually wonder. Yeah, I guess you can plug in the swords like this as well if you wanted to get a very weird kind of combination sword gun. And I'm not sure this is completely correct. I think I got 90% of the way there. Based on the pictures, I don't think this is the way the back's supposed to be. I think the legs are supposed to actually be rotated around like they were in a jet mode. But the reason why I suggested this, or at least tried to go for that, is because if you do it like this, which I think the pictures show from TFcon, you can't cover up this back here and it's less clean. So I think I prefer this. While the legs don't tab in anywhere, they could probably easily add a tab to the other side so it tabs in again. I think this is a lot cleaner, and then you can actually pull these cannons out if you can actually access them, and they can be kind of exhaust. So if DX9 is listening, I think this should be your rear transformation mode, and just add another tab to this side of the leg to get into there. This is one of the weaker modes, I would say. It's kind of messy up front with this weird gap here. You can do some fan modes though that you can configure as you'd like. Down here, pretty clean. And again, these hip skirts that we're using the peg for the weapons, you peg into this forearm here to get it all solid, but it's a little tough right now on this sample. It keeps kind of pushing in. But yeah, it should make for a very solid ATV mode. It does have some clear parts, it looks like, on the front for the windshield, which is a nice touch. And some silver paint behind that. Alright, let's get to the next mode. So here we are at the 6th and probably my favorite mode of DX9's Hanzo, and we're going to finish off the review back in robot mode. And this is his kind of beast wolf mode. And couple reasons why I like this mode. While it does have, a bunch of wheels and some kibble up here, I guess this is meant to be a tail. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can throw in one of these somewhere to get a tail out of it. In any case, the reason I like it is because there's a lot of great articulation. The wolf mode head, although it looks a little bearish to me, I think it does match pretty well with the anime version of the head. Lots of posability. Again, making use of these double hinged shoulder joints gives you a lot of posability, articulation. You can get them curved around like that, or you can have them tucked into the side of the body, whichever way you'd like to display them. His head does go up and down. His mouth opens You don't get any twisting action, unfortunately, which is a bummer. But his hind legs are great. So he has hind legs that actually have various ranges of articulation, and you can make it look like a rear leg, a hind leg. Again, if you want to pull out some of this heel, I don't think you would. You can do that. And even at the base, you get articulation. So it's a little squared off, but I think it still looks quite good. The purple, I don't know if that's accurate or not, probably not. So maybe they could do something with the color change there. But by and large, I think this is a really nice square butt, really nice wolf mode. For again, giving into the fact that he does have 6 modes and you have to make some compromises everywhere. I think this is actually quite nice. So coming to final thoughts of our preview from TFcon and DX9's Hanzo. First off, let me thank DX9 for letting us review this, and thanks to Toy Dojo for hooking that up. Obviously, they're my sponsor, so if you guys want to pre-order this guy, go ahead and head over to the link in the description below to add that to your collection. My overall final thoughts are, I love this guy in robot mode. Some of his other modes are a little bit weaker, but again, 6 changers, so there's got to be some compromise. I like his wolf mode a lot. I think they did a lot of cool things going on. Transformation, as far as I can tell, is a little difficult, but again, I didn't have any instructions or anything to go by, so I just guessed my way through based on pictures. After just one round of transformations, I shot this review, and it went pretty well. It went much more smoothly than I had anticipated. So yeah, this guy's retailing for about $150 or so. Go ahead and add it to your collection if you'd like. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be happy to try to answer those. But I think that's all for today, everyone. Thanks to everyone for coming out to TFcon and saying hi at the booth, to all of our team at Toy Dojo, Oculamax, MMC, Aegis 3 Up, Madhouse Toys. I think also we had Choco King, the artist for Oculamax series, at our table as well. Thanks for everyone who said hi, who said they like my reviews. I really appreciate that. And we have some cool stuff coming up to you shortly. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.